So I'm standing in one of the new capitals of barbecue, and I know what you're saying. You're clearly, that's Staten Island over there, there's the Statue of Liberty. I'm not fooling anyone, I am in New York. The notion that there's even barbecue being cooked in New York is somewhat controversial, but I'm here to tell you that we have come a long way. We are here at the place that I consider to be at the very pinnacle of the craft. We're here to meet Bill Durney at Hometown Barbecue. Right this way, lads. Tell me about your journey to barbecue.
My journey started through my past career, traveling a lot around the world.
So just to let you know, this man was a bodyguard to some of the most famous people you've ever heard of.
I was blessed. I was really blessed. So I did get to see a lot of the world, and I got to see certainly a lot of the United States. I went on a trip by myself to Taylor, Texas to see Louis Miller's, and it changed my life. I wanted to pay homage definitely to that feeling that came over me at Louis Miller Barbecue in Taylor, Texas. You want this super wet, I mean, you can see how wet it is. All this beautiful, beautiful meat inside is gonna be super moist, super tender.
So as you can see, this is like textbook Texas style brisket.
Thank you.
You've got all of the hallmarks, you've got the moistness, the juicy, you've got that smoke ring, the profound bark. You get that accordion effect, right?
Yeah.
It just springs right back,
Yeah.
right? And if this is all you did, that would be great. But I think what kind of speaks to you as a restaurateur and somebody that is actually propelling culture forward is what you've done with barbecue, taking this influence and then drawing in local tradition.
When I came back from my travels, I said it doesn't feel right to me to cook everybody's region of barbecue. For me, this wasn't enough. What I did was, let me tackle the best guy on the team, and then I could do what I really want to do, which is sing my voice with Brooklyn, New York style barbecue. That simply meant to me that I needed to cook straight from the heart, being a kid that grew up in all these boroughs. So this is our whole pastrami pork bellies. This was my tribute to the classic restaurants in New York City, which is Katz's Deli and Peter Luger. So I'm gonna cut just right through the center with this guy here. And then you can see it's fully done. And if I put my hands on it, it'll start, see it melting away. Essentially, once we get this onto the fire and onto your plate, it's gonna melt in your mouth. I say it to guests sometimes, but this is definitely one that's my soul on a plate. You know, we do Jamaican jerk baby back ribs here as well. Growing up in Flatbush, we grew up, you know, a 5-minute bus ride, and we were in the heart of the West Indies or the Caribbean, down Flatbush Avenue. In the summertime, the aromas that would come through of that sweet, crazy jerk smell.
You're not that far from Flatbush Avenue. Like,
well, that's true.
Jerk chicken,
but I was confident.
Right?
I had been working on it. We make a Vietnamese style spicy wing, a recipe that was inspired by a Vietnamese grocer where I grew up in Brooklyn. 90% of my diet was Italian cuisine. I wanted to create something that was an homage to that. Boom, the San Gennaro Feast sausage and pepper sandwich. So we do that dish here, but we do it stuffed all encased in the sauce.
So basically everything is in the sauce.
Yes, you know, when you eat it, the first thing you think about is that sausage and pepper sandwich that you eat at San Gennaro Feast.
I think the most one for me is coming in and seeing a menu that, it's like New York, it is the United Nations of food.
Yeah.
All right, so where to begin? We got the Vietnamese chicken wings, we got the Jamaican jerk ribs, we got the New York City non-kosher pastrami bacon, we have a San Gennaro Feast Italian sausage, we have Texas style brisket. Oh, it's buttery, it's falling apart. The way that like good barbecue just sort of coats your entire palate, like it's instant. Like as soon as that fat emulsifies, I mean, he could have actually have just stopped right with that and just served world-class brisket, and that would have been great. And I'm gonna move on and explore the world of Bill Durney's youth. Start with the San Gennaro sausage, which what he's done is he's put the sausage and peppers and the cheese inside the sausage, which again is referential Texas, the jalapeno cheddar sausage. So this is kind of a play on that, but bringing in local Italian cuisine to it. So here goes. So that really is kind of like the end of a drunken night at the San Gennaro Feast, and you grab that greasy sausage sandwich. And if you can see, there's little flecks of pepper, and you have the cheese, the Romano, the pecorino. That's a winning bite right there. So what we have here is the pastrami bacon. I mean, look at this thing. It really is kind of the love child of Peter Luger's and Katz's. But then it has this really beautiful bark on the outside, which is redolent with cloves and garlic, and you know, it's got that real pastrami flavor to it. Winning dish. Another one. So this is the Jamaican jerk rib, and actually more than anything around here, this is the one that I can really smell the aroma of. Oh, it's fantastic. First of all, let's just note this. The fall off the bone notion of barbecue is a fallacy. No good barbecue falls off the bone. You want this to be meat. You want it to be able to, you want it to be tender, and this is really, really gentle to chew on. But you also want your bite marks to be apparent, and this fulfills that. It also really fulfills the expectation of jerk seasoning. It doesn't have the overpowering heat of a Scotch bonnet, but it's got this gentle, smoldering, reassuring heat of a habanero. Okay, well, let's move right along. Look at this. This is the Vietnamese style wing. Love the way it just breaks apart. So again, it takes a familiar form, the chicken wing, and it throws in a local influence. Everything we've tried so far, yes, it's barbecue, and clearly it's got smoke and it's been hit with those things, but it's also very evocative of another cuisine. I think we are at a point now where local pit masters can feel confident that they can play with the big leagues, and it's now the point where we can actually start infusing local flavor and local tradition into our own barbecue and calling this barbecue our own. And that, my friends, is why I say we have real, genuine New York barbecue for the first time ever. To find out more about barbecue, check out this episode of How We Eat with Pat Martin.
I'm a big fan of no secrets. I think people that have secrets in cooking I really think they're